What if I told you the most powerful move a man can make is not to fight for her, but to vanish without a word? No argument, no begging, no closure, just gone. Would you believe that silence can be louder than screaming? That walking away can hit harder than any punch? This isn't weakness. This is strategy. This is what high V value men do. Masculine, men don't chase. They disappear. Welcome to Stoic blessing. Today, we strip away the lies that keep you emotionally caged. The modern world wants men to be needy, to be available to always explain themselves. But real strength, real masculine energy, it doesn't chase validation. It doesn't plead for attention. It becomes the storm, and then it disappears into the horizon. Let me tell you about a man. He gave her everything. Time, loyalty, vulnerability. He listened when she cried, showed up when she called, forgave when she disrespected. He thought love meant holding on, no matter how much it hurt. And when she walked away, when she ghosted him, disrespected him, maybe even replaced him overnight, he broke, not just from heartbreak, but from betrayal, from the realization that his love wasn't enough, that being a nice guy got him abandoned, not adored. But then something changed. He didn't text her a paragraph. He didn't beg for another shot. He didn't try to fix it. Nope. He went silent. She expected tears. She got nothing. She expected a chase. He gave her distance. She expected to be the prize. Now she was the one watching him disappear. That's when the power shifted. See, this isn't about games. It's about principles. Stoicism teaches us to master what we feel, not let it master us. Dark psychology shows us the power of absence. Indifference and emotional control. Combine them and you become untouchable. Not toxic, not cold, just done explaining your worth. This video is your blueprint. 10 brutal, clear lessons every man needs to learn. After heartbreak, this isn't for the weak-hearted. This is for the man ready to bury the boy who begged and build the man who walks alone. Not lonely, just focused. So if you're done bleeding for people who watched you die, if you're tired of proving your worth to someone who already made up their mind, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I release what I cannot control. Now, let's 1. Feel it once, never again. Begin. Number 1, feel it once. Never again. Heartbreak is pain, but pain isn't the enemy, it's the mentor. When she left, it felt like the air was sucked out of your lungs. Your mind kept replaying the last conversation, the I need, space, the cold goodbye, the shift in her tone when she stopped seeing you as a priority. That pain, that's your warning shot. That's your body telling you something needs to change. Not just in her behavior, but in your standards. See, a masculine man feels everything, but he only bleeds. Once, he doesn't stay wounded. He doesn't dwell. He doesn't circle the drain of what ifs. You feel it, you face it, you use it. Most men drown in heartbreak because they resist the pain. They try to numb it with distractions, rebounds, addictions, endless, scrolling, fake smiles. But that only stretches the suffering you want to break the cycle. Sit with it. Let it carve into you. Let it teach you who not to be. Next time, this is where Stoicism kicks in. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." Translation: it's not her leaving that's killing you. It's the story you attached to her. You thought she was the one. You thought you needed her to be whole. But guess what? You don't. That illusion is what hurts. Not her absence. The most powerful men in history, philosophers, warriors, kings, were forged in grief, not because they avoided it, but because they learned to own it. You're not broken. You're being rebuilt. And the version of you that's coming, he doesn't chase, he doesn't beg, he doesn't explain. He becomes, if you're done holding on to pain, like it's proof you loved deeply, if you're ready to feel it once and never again, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below too. silence speaks louder than anger. I rise through the pain. Number 2, silence speaks louder than anger. You think you need to say something. You think, if you just got it off your chest, if you just told her how much she hurt you, maybe she'd understand. Maybe she'd come back. Nope, that's what she expects. She expects a reaction, an emotional flare-up, a breakdown, a monologue. But masculine men don't give people the performance they're fishing for. They give them silence. Silence isn't weakness, it's control. It's what happens when you stop trying to change the narrative and start owning your role in it. You don't need to scream, argue, or justify your side. You leave her with her last memory of you, and if that last memory is you, calm, composed, detached, it echoes in her mind, way louder than any message you could send. In dark psychology, silence creates what's called a psychological vacuum. The brain hates empty space. It fills it with guesses, what-ifs, and unresolved tension. When you stay silent, she starts replaying everything. She starts wondering why you're not reacting. That's when curiosity turns into regret. That's when detachment turns into power. Stoicism teaches us that anger is never impressive. It's predictable, it's easy. The real strength is emotional sovereignty. The ability to feel everything and still choose nothing. No response, no explanation, just stillness. You want her to feel the loss. Then don't show her you're in pain. Show her nothing. Because when a man can disappear in silence without closure, without a scene, it rewrites the whole dynamic. And that quiet, it haunts her more than words ever could if you're done reacting and ready to master the art of silence. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. My silence is my third. Stop explaining yourself. Power number 3. Stop explaining yourself. Every time you explain yourself to someone who already made up their mind, you lower your value. You turn your dignity into a debate. You try to justify your love, your loyalty, your presence, when none of it should have needed explaining in the first place. Let me be clear, the moment you start pleading your case, you've already lost it. She left. She pulled away. She chose distance. That was the message. You don't need to decode it. You don't need to respond with a list of reasons why you were good to her. She knows she remembers, but people don't leave because they forget your value. They leave because they think you won't stop trying to be understood by someone who benefits from misunderstanding you. The masculine man isn't desperate to be heard. He speaks once he lives by his code. If someone doesn't get it, they can go. When you chase clarity from someone who ghosted you, disrespected you, or replaced you, you hand them all your power. Dark psychology makes this clear. The more you chase validation, the less you get it. Humans are wired to value scarcity when you're always available. Always explaining, always chasing. They tune you out but disappear without a word. Now, you're a mystery, and mystery creates value. Stoicism is about self-respect. You don't argue your worth. You demonstrate it in silence. You walk with conviction, not explanation. If you're misjudged, so be it. That's not your burden. That's their loss. So if you're done justifying your presence to people who treated it like an option, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I do not chase. I4. The law of indifference. Attract number 4, the law of indifference. Indifference is not coldness. It's not bitterness. It's not pretending you don't care. It's actually not caring anymore. That's the shift. That's the moment you stop orbiting her attention and start standing in your own gravity. Because when she can no longer control how you feel, she loses her grip entirely. Here's the truth. Attention is power, and women know it when she pulls away, goes silent, tests your reaction. She's watching to see if she still has influence. The weak man takes the bait. He spirals, he double texts, he posts cryptic messages, he tries to trigger a response. The masculine man, he doesn't move, he doesn't flinch, he applies the law of indifference. This law says, Whatever doesn't align with your peace is irrelevant. You don't chase her, you don't hate her, you just don't need her. That subtle shift in energy, that's psychological warfare, because now she's uncertain. Now she's the one watching your behavior, wondering how you detached so easily, so fully, so finally. Indifference is rooted in self-respect. Stoicism teaches that our emotions should never be ruled by externals. Not praise, not rejection, not love. When someone removes their presence from your life, don't beg, don't perform. Accept indifference is the most silent, lethal form of power because it doesn't seek revenge. It forgets you ever needed it. And here's the kicker. When you stop caring, they start noticing. When you detach, you become unpredictable, and nothing is more attractive or unsettling than a man they thought they had, suddenly out of reach. If you're done living on an emotional leash, if you're ready to master the law of indifference, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. Detachment is my fifth. Become her mirror, not her pet. Discipline number 5, become her mirror, not her pet. Every time she pulls away, and you chase every time she disrespects you, and you tolerate it. You teach her that her behavior has no consequences. That's what pets do. They obey, they beg, they follow. But you're not here to be her emotional support animal. You're here to be her mirror. A mirror doesn't chase. A mirror reflects. She goes cold, you go colder. She disrespects you, distance, she pulls back. You disappear, not to play games, but to show her exactly what she's showing you. That's emotional chess, not emotional chaos. And once she realizes that her actions come with matching consequences, everything changes. See, a lot of men think being loyal means enduring disrespect. They confuse unconditional love with unconditional access. No, the masculine man does not reward bad behavior. He doesn't explain his standards. He just leaves when they're crossed. That's how you reclaim control without raising your voice. That's how you show strength without ever lifting a finger. Dark psychology tells us people only change when the consequences of staying the same become uncomfortable. Your mirror effect creates discomfort, not out of malice, but out of truth. Because once she sees herself through your response, she'll either grow or go either way. You win either way. You stay in control. Stoicism is all about alignment, not reacting out of emotion, but acting out of principle. If she's off balance, you don't steady her, you let her feel it. And if she comes back, it's because she felt the void, not because you beg to fill it. If you're done being loyal to dysfunction, if you're ready to reflect, not chase, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I match energy, not emotion. 6, build your fortress. Number 6, build your fortress. She walked away. Good. Now use that pain as fuel, because the moment she left, she gave you something priceless, space to rebuild, to evolve, to create a life so powerful, so full, so untouchable that her absence becomes irrelevant. This is where the transformation begins. You stop waiting for closure and you start building your fortress. The gym becomes your therapy, the grind becomes your escape, the silence becomes your weapon. You redirect every ounce of heartbreak into progress. Stoic men don't wallow. They work, they don't post sad quotes. They build better bodies, better habits, better systems. You don't rise out of heartbreak by talking about it. You rise by outgrowing it. This isn't for show. This isn't about making her jealous. This is about becoming the version of you that would never beg again. That version of you who doesn't settle for breadcrumbs, who doesn't react to silence, who doesn't need to be chosen because he chooses himself every damn time in dark psychology. This is called identity shift. When the pain of who you were becomes so unbearable, you destroy that version and create something new, something focused, dangerous, unshakable. That's your fortress. And once you're inside it, emotionally, mentally, financially. No one gets to shake your foundation again. So don't ask if she's thinking about. You don't wonder if she'll come back. She probably will, but by then you'll be a different man. And the old version she knew, he doesn't exist anymore. If you're done letting pain paralyze you and you're ready to turn heartbreak into high ground, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I build while they seven. Never break. No 7. Contact, disappear. Number 7, never break. No contact. The urge to reach out is real. You want to check in, see if she misses you. Maybe just send a hope you're doing okay. But here's the hard truth every time you break. No contact, you reset your healing. You trade power for a dopamine hit, and for what? A breadcrumb. A dry response. Her silence wasn't an accident. So your silence should be a decision. No contact isn't a tactic. It's a transformation. It's you reclaiming your self-respect. It's you stepping away from the emotional casino where the house always wins. Because the second you text, call, like, or even watch her stories, you're back at the table and she knows it. Dark psychology tells us that silence is perceived as strength and breaking, that silence signals weakness. It shows she still has emotional real estate in your mind. It gives her closure. It confirms you're still affected. But when you stay silent, when you let the distance speak for you that gets under her skin, it makes her wonder. It makes her chase. Stoicism is clear. Don't let your emotions dictate your actions. You may want to reach out. You may think there's more to say, but that's the emotional mind talking. The logical man, the stoic man, understands that real strength isn't found in reconnection. It's found in restraint. She walked out, so let her wonder what it's like to lose a man who never begged to be kept. The longer your silence, the louder your value becomes. And when she realizes what she lost, you'll be too far gone to care. If you're done giving second chances to people who took you for granted, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. My silence speaks louder than closure. 8. Let her sit with her decision. Number 8. Let her sit with her decision. She made a choice whether she walked away, drifted off, or replaced you overnight. It wasn't an accident. It was a decision, and now it's her burden to carry. Don't lift it for her. Don't make it easier. Don't reach out to comfort her. When she created the silence, let her sit in it. Let her feel what it's like to lose a man who would have done anything until he woke up. This is where most men fold. They think being the bigger person means checking in, reopening the door, being available just in case she changes her mind. Nope, that's not strength. That's self-betrayal. Because the moment you go back, you erase the lesson, you reward the behavior, you tell her, you can hurt me and I'll still be here. And that's exactly how you stay stuck. You want to shift the power dynamic. Don't beg for her to rethink her choice. Just make sure she feels it. Let her experience the space where your energy used to be, the calls that don't come, the support she lost, the man she dismissed now fully detached. That's where regret is born. Dark psychology teaches us that people don't appreciate what's always available. They value what they have to earn back. And the moment you stop trying to make her feel better about leaving, she starts wondering if she made the biggest mistake of her life. Not because you tried to convince her, but because you didn't. Stoicism reminds us we control ourselves, not others. Her decision is hers to live with you. Don't owe her relief from that reality. Let her sit with it. Let her feel it. Let her miss you alone if you're done carrying the weight of someone else's choices and you're ready to let them live with the consequences. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. And 9. They always come back, but you're already gone. Comment below. I owe no comfort to those who left number 9. They always come back, but you're already gone. They always come back. Maybe it takes weeks, maybe months, sometimes even years, but they always circle back when the silence gets too loud, when the new guy doesn't hit the same, when they realize your presence wasn't just another option, it was the standard that text shows up. Hey, stranger, I've been thinking about you. How have you been? And for most men, that's all it takes. They drop everything. They rush back. They think it means redemption. Nope, it's a test. The real ones, they don't even flinch, because by the time she comes back, the man she knew is gone. Rebuilt, reforged, detached. You don't respond out of bitterness. You don't respond because you've outgrown it. That chapter is closed, not out of hate, not out of pride, out of discipline. Dark psychology breaks this down clearly. People chase what they can't predict and regret what they can't reach when you don't react. You don't re-engage. You don't offer that emotional in. Again, you become the one that got away. You go from being an X to being a lesson, and trust me, the silence hits different when it's permanent. Stoicism teaches us to move forward without resentment. You don't block out of spite, you don't ghost out of rage. You simply evolve past the need for closure, connection, or curiosity you've seen, who they are, and you've chosen yourself. Instead, that's the final move, not revenge, indifference. So when she finally texts, when the apology shows up, when she says, "I miss us," you don't need to respond. You already did, with your silence, with your progress, with your life moving on, while hers is stuck replaying what she lost. If you're done waiting for the return and ready to be the one who moved on, first, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I don't go back to what I had to heal from number 10. 10. Disappear like a god, disappear like a god. When a man truly disappears, not out of ego, not to play games, but because he's finished it, leaves a silence. No apology can fill a masculine man, doesn't vanish to punish her. He vanishes to protect himself, to reclaim what was given to freely, to rise above the noise. When you disappear like a god, you don't slam the door, you just walk through it without looking back. You stop posting to be seen, you stop texting to feel wanted, you stop orbiting her world, you build your own quietly, relentlessly, without needing applause or validation, and that absence. It becomes legendary, because now you exist only in memory, in her regrets, in the shadow of what she lost. Dark psychology shows us this clearly. Presence is comforting. Absence is unsettling when you vanish completely, when she has no access, no updates, no emotional breadcrumbs. Her mind does all the work. She fills the silence with what-ifs. She rewrites the past. She starts to wonder if she misread everything. And the harder she tries to figure you out, the more powerful you become. Stoicism teaches that the highest power is self-control. You don't disappear out of weakness. You disappear out of strength, out of peace, out of principle. Not because you're hiding, but because the version of you she had access to no longer exists. You've elevated, you've transcended. This is the final move, the clean break, the quiet exit, the graceful goodbye she never saw coming. And when she looks back, because she'll realize she didn't just lose a man, she lost a kingdom. If you're ready to vanish from the spaces where you're no longer valued, if you're ready to disappear like a god, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. My absence is my legacy. And remember, masculine men don't chase. They disappear stoically, silently for good.